Hey, what's up, y'all? We're back with another action figure wish list. Even though it always takes a while trying to source together all these materials for a video, it's always nice when it all comes together in the end. In light of the recent buzz JadaToys is creating around a toy community with their Street Fighter line, I decided to put together my own little Capcom Street Fighter wish list in hopes that JadaToys or any other company sees this and some of my characters are coming to fruition. Just a heads up, this list is in no particular order. I didn't want to spend all day trying to think of what goes where, but I just wanted to get these figures out there. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting off the list, we're going to start off with the Street Fighter Alpha version of Ryu. Now, Ryu has seen tons of different releases from different companies across the line, but I haven't really seen anybody tackle like a 6-inch version of Street Fighter Alpha Ryu. I think the most important traits this guy has to have, if they do him, he'd have to have like reddish brown hair, and like the shape of his face and the shape of his eyes has to look like it's straight out of a manga. While I'm digging the Street Fighter 3 look, and I'm loving that Street Fighter 6 new look they got for him, but I gotta say Street Fighter Alpha Ryu, that's my favorite look. And Figma does really good manga faces, and I think Model does a good job too, so maybe one of them should do the face and like JadaToys handle the articulation part. Next up, we have the Street Fighter Alpha Rose, and if you're familiar with my page, you know she's appeared in one of my wish lists before. Huge fan of Rose, man. I think she's one of my favorite female Capcom characters of all time. I really need me a Rose like yesterday. I think if Model does a face sculpt and a clothes, JadaToys does the articulation, and Figma does her hair like they did that Rider 2.0, man, that'd be bars. Just straight bars. She should have a wired scarf and maybe some mixed media for the skirt part of her outfit. Keeping in with Street Fighter Alpha, we have Karen. No, not that Karen. I'm talking about Sakura's rival, the Karen. Though I think if the other Karen was in Street Fighter, she'd probably be a boss. She's one of my Capcom female faves, so I'm really hoping one of these companies get together and put her out there. I don't mind if she doesn't have soft goods for the clothes, as long as she's got good head movement, and I think Figma should probably tackle the face. Next up, we have Chun-Li from the Street Fighter Alpha series. Y'all noticing the trend here, and that goes without saying, man. Chun-Li's one of the hottest, one of the baddest, and this outfit right here, man, it'd be slick if JadaToys put this one out here. What? Transitioning from that clip I just showed you, we have Mr. Charlie here. Now, we've seen a couple different guys, but I always thought Charlie was the cooler one of the two. Something about him just like says suave, man. He's such a cool guy, and his outfit is cooler too. He doesn't even need soft goods, man. Just make sure that coat is soft enough, 2 joints at the torso, his collar piece is soft, and his bang, and he's good to go. Next up, we have Mrs. Ibuki. You notice how I put Mrs. at the end? She's married, bro. Chill. JadaToys was goated for the work they did for the males in their Street Fighter line, but the work they did in their females, ooh, that was rough. Honestly, I want both of them. If they do the one where she's in the skirt and they do her original outfit, but if JadaToys does her, man, damn, I turn into a freaking crackhead out this drink. Give me everything you got. Next up, we have Makoto from Street Fighter 3. Now, Makoto, she's one of those characters I didn't really play as that much, but I really like her character design, and like her moves are like so different, man. Honestly, I'm still all in with ActionFigures Street Fighter line, but if they did decide to do it, man, they gotta make sure her torso movement is just right. Otherwise, man, it's gonna be up to JadaToys. Next up, we have Hokuto from Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. Now, if Ibuki is my wife, then Hokuto would probably be like my entanglement partner. Hokuto was super fun to play with in EX, and honestly, like, I'd take her regular version and I'd take her evil version. And the more soft goods, the better. Next up, we have Mr. Yun and Yang from Street Fighter 3. Now, I thought these characters, their design was super cool. I couldn't really get into them too much in Street Fighter 3, but I always like to watch their combo videos. And I think JadaToys would knock these figures out the park. Speaking of Street Fighter 3, we have Sean, and Sean is another character that I never really got into that much. His moves were a little short, to say the least, but I mean, they were unique, so I did appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact, you know, you got a brother of color in the joint, so I mean, I kind of like that a little bit. Honestly, if no other company wanted to tackle it, I'd be perfectly fine if JadaToys did them, man. I'd get like 3 of those Seans. Come on, JadaToys. Also, for Street Fighter 3, we have Elena. Now, when it comes to a figure of her, like, honestly, it's kind of tricky trying to figure out just how she would be done, because she has to have great articulation, but at the same time, her body can't be so broken up, like too many cuts around everywhere, so I'm still sitting on it. Y'all let me know what you come up with. Next up, we have Guy from Street Fighter Alpha. Now, if I wasn't playing as Ryu or Charlie, then I was definitely playing as Guy, man. Super fun guy to play as. I do like his character design. Honestly, I'm hoping they'd bring him back in the video games, but if JadaToys decided to do this guy, man, I'd really appreciate that. Next up for Street Fighter Alpha, we have Mr. Balrog. Now, I've always wanted me a Balrog character. JadaToys, I missed out on that. That's a beautiful figure. They did a great job with it. Just can't pay those aftermarket prices. And Storm Collectibles did their version of Balrog, which looks great. I'm going to get that one too, but I need me a 6-inch Balrog, man. I've wanted one for a minute. Speaking of boxes, we have Mr. Dudley Do It from Street Fighter 3. And personally, I think Dudley's design is better than Balrog's. I like his moves too. As long as he's got good hair range and a ball joint at the hips, I'm looking at you, JadaToys, like. Next up, we have Pullum Perna from Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. When it comes to Pullum, man, she was definitely one of those characters I had a lot of fun with in EX plus Alpha. Easy to use, easy to combo one super into the other, just straight juggle a dude all day long. And even though she's a fictitious character, I still think she's one of the most beautiful girls in like any game, period. I really hope she gets her run, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. And lastly, what would my list be without including Birdie from Street Fighter Alpha on it? Like, Birdie is one of the coolest looking characters ever, and he uses his hair to attack. Like, how cool is that? I'm not the biggest fan of big boy Birdie right here, so I mean, if you make him, I'm definitely going to pass on that. I need me that classic looking Birdie with the muscle, the big toes that point up. I need all that. And he should definitely have good range and good movement at the torso, and he should also come with a chain, of course. Damn, man, I'm gonna have to get out of here. This list that made me kind of excited. All right, y'all, that's my list, man. If you got a list, man, put yours in the comment section below, and I definitely check it out. If you agree with my list, or you think some things should be swapped out, like, let me know in the comment section below. Like the video if you want. If not, I'll catch you in the next. Peace.